pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll call the meeting to order. The Opens Meeting Act is posted on the rear wall next to the agendas. We'll begin tonight's meeting with roll call.
Please cast your vote for roll call. Seven council members present, Mayor.
Item 3 is mayor's comments. I just want to say thank you to staff for all the work this year. You know, every department did a wonderful job in regards to the flood, and we continue to still work on the flood in regards to FEMA and NEMA and financially. But just all the department heads for their leadership through that time frame, and all of the employees and everything they did to make Fremont the community we want it to be. And just want to wish everybody a Happy New Year. Lastly, this is my last meeting for December, but it'll be my last December meeting. So what that means is I do not plan to, I think it's no secret to most of you, but I do not plan on running for a third term. Certainly enjoy being mayor, and I enjoy being mayor for the will enjoy being mayor for the next year as well. But this will be my last term. So with that, we'll move to item number 4, which is part of the consent agenda. Actually, item 4 and 5. 4, at least for me, needs to be removed. Getchman Heating has an invoice on the claims, so that needs to be removed, and then 5. So typically, all items in the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the City Council, will be enacted by one motion. There'll be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member or citizen so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. So with that, is there any other items? It's only be 5 that anyone wants to pull from the consent agenda. I would take a motion to approve the consent agenda item number 5.
Mayor, I just noticed on this item, dispense with approve of the November 26, 2019 minutes. That should read December 10th, 2019 minutes on the agenda.
So first of all, I would take a motion to amend. Let's go back to there. A motion to amend item number 5, dispense with and approve the December 10th, 2019 City Council meeting, to amend it to that date. Councilmember Jacobus?
I'd make a motion to approve for the consent agenda to amend it December 10th, but the minutes as printed were noted to be December 10th. So I'd make a motion to approve.
And Councilmember Yerger?
I'll second that.
Cast your votes.
Motion carries 7-0 to amend, Mayor.
Actually, it was approved as amended, correct? So okay. We're actually done. Okay, item number 4, motion to approve December 11th, 2019 through December 30th, 2019 claims, authorized checks to be drawn on the proper accounts. I do have to be received a copy of the invoice, a copy of the potential conflict of interest, and a copy of the contractual statement. The potential conflict of interest was filed the day of the service call, and the contract was filed when we invoiced the project. So that's what was actually included with Jody's report, was the contractual statements. So, but both were actually turned in. This basically was at the headworks at wastewater treatment plant, discharge air sensor actually controls the temperature of the air leaving that unit, and that sensor had failed, causing actually a no heat situation in that system. So a sensor was replaced and actually was calibrated, and the bill is before you for approval. So I would take a motion to approve unless there's questions. Councilmember Jensen,
I was just going to make the motion to receive.
we'll do that first. And Councilmember Jacobus,
I'll second the motion to receive.
cast your votes.
The motion carries 7-0 to receive, Mayor.
Then I would take a motion to approve this particular invoice. Councilmember Jacobus,
I would like to have, and that's in front of everybody, you all have a copy of the collections report that was received by the utility board. We've asked for this in prior months. It's just informational and shows the impact, what our collections have, even though it's not a picture, as Mr. Newton had explained, I believe, at the prior meeting. It's part of our financials and how we determine rates, and it does have an impact on ratepayers. So I'd ask that have a motion to be received. I'd make the motion. You all have a copy in front of you.
can we get the invoice approved? My invoice
Oh,
approved?
I'm sorry. I thought you meant the whole thing. I'm sorry. Yes, I'll make that motion to approve that. I'm sorry.
Is there a second? Councilman Legman,
I will second that.
cast your votes.
Motion carries 7-0, Mayor.
Now I would take a motion to receive the collection report updated December 2019 that was placed in front of you. Councilmember Legman,
I make a motion to receive.
Councilmember Jensen,
I will second the motion.
cast your votes.
The motion carries 7-0 to receive, Mayor.
Now I would take a motion to approve the December 11, 2019 through December 30, 2019 claims, the remainder of the claims and authorized checks to be drawn on the proper accounts. Is there any questions? Councilman, you're,
I don't have any questions. Just make a motion to approve the claims that,
Councilmember Jacobus,
No, I'll second it.
cast your votes.
Motion carries 7-0, Mayor.
Moving to unfinished business, ordinance 5519 pertaining to the sale and conveyance of real estate, a portion of Lot 4 of the Nelson Business Park owned by the city of Fremont, Nebraska to Del Peterson Associates, a Nebraska corporation pursuant to Nebraska law. This would be the second reading. Brian, you're going to give staff report?
Brian Newton. Good evening, Brian Newton, City Administrator. As the Mayor said, tonight is the second reading on this proposal. Is to sell the last remaining lot that the city owns in the Nelson Business Park. We had an appraisal done. The appraisal came in at $111,200. We had initially an offer at that price, then we got a second offer for $150,000. Then we have before you tonight the third offer for $160,000 to Steve and Brandon Peterson. They are here tonight. If you have any questions, I think they would like to build a new building, new office facility on this location, and so it would be a really good spot for that. They've met. It is subject to covenants out there. They've met with both Bruce Nelson and Mike Hare at FCC, and so I think they would be a great addition to the Nelson Business Park.
Any questions from staff? Any comments from the public? Comments from council? I would take a motion to hold second reading. Councilman Jensen,
I'll make the motion to hold second reading of ordinance 5519.
Councilman Legman,
I will second that.
cast your votes.
The motion carries 7-0, Mayor.
Now we'll have second reading.
An ordinance pertaining to the sale and conveyance of real estate owned by the city of Fremont, Nebraska to Del Peterson and Associates, Inc., a Nebraska corporation pursuant to Nebraska law, on second reading.
Third reading will be held January 14th. Item number 7, I would take a motion to adjourn. Councilmember Jacobus,
I'll make that motion.
Councilmember Legman,
I'll second that one.
cast your votes.
Motion carries 7-0, Mayor.
Meeting adjourned. Happy New Year.